Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome to Smash Our Stash. This is a collaboration put on by Bourbon Creek Crafts here on YouTube. Each month there's a category selected. This month should be wild. It might be a little mixed media, it might be cards, who knows. It is pastes, paints, inks, all kinds of stuff. I have an entire cart, one of those little crafty carts like from Michael's or wherever. You may have seen it on my channel before, full of mixed media stuff, paints and goodness and sprays, and a lot of it is drying out. I love the Dina Wakley sprays, but they don't age well. So I really tried to lean into those this time, which is interesting because I don't seem to have any blue or green, like they're long gone. I have cheddar and pink and yellow, maybe 2 bottles of cheddar because I think Andrea gave me hers. And then I played with other things. This may look like a mess if you're not a mixed media journal maker. If you are, you're going to think this is the most luscious video and it's going to inspire creativity. I have chosen these colors based on 2 things. The products I have available to me and the fact that I'm very likely to mix them with blue. So orange, even pink, yellow, Cheryl, blue and yellow, that's for Cheryl. That will pop later and be amazing. The other thing is you might see pieces in here, I'll try and point them out if I can, that were from a different video or like, I don't know, years ago, and then we've put another layer on them. When stuff sits in my stash and it doesn't get used, then I think, oh, need something more. This piece of paper, it didn't get used. I will say my paints, my Dina Wakley paints, I'll show you if you're not familiar. These were not mixed well in the first video. So some of my stuff, it didn't give the shine that it should have. These were later and they came out nicely. So be sure if you're using these, there shouldn't be any white in the bottom when you use them, because if there is, you won't get that richness that these acrylic sprays give you. Now, don't run out and buy these if you don't have them, because there are pros and cons. I made a behind the scenes video for members of this. So if members, you want to watch that, or if others are interested, you can become a member for a very small price per month. It was just slow and, you know, not everybody wants to see that. My members will hang out with me and do all sorts of weird things. And then they get to hear me ramble too. Speaking of rambling, a little bit. So this was already pink and I added some kind of paste and I put paint in it. Imagine these things either as something you build ephemera, you put a cluster on. So maybe right here you put the cluster and then this stuff shows. Or maybe you notch right here and round the corners and this becomes a pocket or a tuck spot in a journal. When you're doing this, if you want to have a fun play, don't use all the same paper. I've used brown, blue, greenish, white, vintage, navy. The different products can go on different papers and it will be more fun to play with later. If you're new to junk journaling or paper crafting, you have stuff in your house. You have paper bags, you have wrapping paper, you have a pretty card that a friend gave you that you want to recycle. You've always got something, so you do, don't worry. So this one turned out pretty cool. I like this one, and I even like the fact that one side is messy and one side is clean. This one, this part right here got a little muddy, didn't it? I would use this, but I would probably cover this up because it would be amazing in a fall journal if I just covered up that greenish blue. And because I use different products, can you see the Dina product has some shine to it. This other stuff is matte, has different textures. I might tear this down because this side's a little boring, so that when it goes in the journal, it doesn't have so much white space, dead space I'm not good at. See? You can change them up however you need them. I might, you probably shouldn't, take a punch or a die and cut out a shape of this. Maybe I want a clean oval or something. It's going to be really hard on a punch, I'll tell you that. It's not going to like it. This thing was not dry today. The other piece of paper stuck to it. So this product either, and it's been days and green came on my finger, hasn't aged well because, you know, maybe it's gotten too old and so it's sticky. I don't mind how it looks and I don't mind that it has paper, but I'm not going to put it in there if it's sticky. So hit it with a heat gun, put embossing powder on it, whatever. but I don't like to put things in my journal that will be sticky on the next page. The other thing is hairspray. Spray it with like an aerosol hairspray. A lot of you guys have taught me that. Maybe you have a sealant spray. I don't have any of those left. I think I used them all on rocks and weird projects outside. This was the yellow paint. You can see here, it did get some shine. Over here, it was very weak and watery. If I had shook it more, I thought it would flatten this out. I thought it would fill in some of the texture and we would get really good pop like we kind of did here. So sometimes you're playing, you have a vision, doesn't turn out right. Right is all relative. I'll still use it. I'll probably tear this up or die cut it. It's just a specialty paper. This one I added another layer to. It was already cute and had the colors, but I think I added one or two and it has some paste on it. And you can see I didn't make the paste blue. It picked up the water-based product off the page. Sorry about the shadows. You guys make a shadow. Okay, oh, crackle paste. Oh, she's my true love, right? Oh, so luscious. Okay, so if you put it really, really thick, you're gonna get stuff like this. So maybe for a card, you wouldn't want that, but look at this, where it's thinner, can you see that? And this one, we put the pink in it. This one, I could still hit this with white pigment ink, rub it over the top, and then kind of push it into the cracks. Let's do it, I'll show you. Because I can do that without spraying and getting stuff all over. You could also take one of these Dina sprays or something else, kind of a permanent ink, and work it into the cracks because then it makes the cracks pop. So if you put it on white paper, put some black ink in there. I've done that before. If you put it on dark paper, then use something white. I'm using a rag because I had it sitting here. You could use a Kleenex. You know, usually I have those accessible, but someone steals them all. Now, the pigment ink colors the top of it, maybe more than I would like. So I'm going to polish that color right off of it. There we go. Now it shows better on camera, right? And if we want, we could probably clean more of the white off here and just have it down in the cracks. You could play with it. You could add more if you wanted, or you could put a different color. But now you could see all that spiderwebby goodness right there. I just like to play with crackle and layers on it. You can also put the color down underneath it and then run it. Just depends. And it's just so fun. This one is great. I'll tear those apart. I'll do all kinds of things with them. This, I put that yellow paint on. I don't love this one. This one I'm probably not going to keep. I hadn't used this side of it, so I thought, okay, it was too watery and didn't give me enough color. It's just, yeah. Sometimes that's okay, but it was something I wasn't using. Envelope. Goodness. I did quite a few of these little file folders with paste and gosh, I don't even remember. I think it's spray, but I don't know why it has such a cool looking texture. I don't know if you could see that. Junk paper. Goodness. Oh, cute little bag. This was from Vicky, and I put some paste on it, and then the paint. The circles are because the edge of the bottle was gross and disgusting, and it kept dripping down, so I used it to print circles. Then, look at this one. Oh, so much goodness. Now, I think this is that same, this is that same green ink, and it has a little bit of sparkle and is a little messy. Now, this one, you can't see it all on camera, probably. White on white, I was trying something. I'll probably add some color. Maybe would be really cool on this is a Distress Oxide spray and then let it sit for a while. I think it has an Eliza hair right there. We'll see if we can get that out later. Textiles. I had a great time with these. Okay, a little bit of, what is it? Not cheesecloth, tack cloth. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. It's from you could get it in your shop or Dollar Tree. Just steal it from your family member. That's what I do. And I might have gotten it at some kind of art swap or garage sale too. This one has yellow paint. It already had blue. I don't know why, but we're not surprised, are we? We could cut it down. We could tear it apart. You can use the white threads for just part of a cluster. It has a little bit of a shape. Can you see right there? Because of the paint. So that might be fun I don't do Halloween-y stuff, but you could shape it with those. This was lace, tea-dyed or coffee-dyed. Then I added some green, and then I went down the middle and added some copper. This says put me in a fall journal, I think. Oh, I just love it. I love how it turned out. This is an example of you just mix colors and products and you see what happens. I didn't plan it, but I fell in love with it in the end. Well, this one's delicious. It has, see, it holds its shape with those Dina Wigglies. So you could make little cobwebs. You could make, I mean, if you were amazing, you could make little snowmen. She has a white. I'm pretty sure there's a white of that because you would have had fun with that mixing long ago when I had them all. So you could make things. You could make ghosts. I don't know what you want to make. This was blue paper stitched on, and then it has weak yellow paint. This was like from the first batch. Still like it better than I did. This was probably sewed on. This might even be like ancient from my friend Katie when she first started sewing on my papers for my quilt scrapbook pages. Then this was in my stash and I hadn't used it, so I just smushed a little bit of the yellow on the front of it. Then I could come back. I don't know why I didn't ink the front envelope and put the blue on it. Then it would be more fun. I made a bunch of these for something and then I haven't really used them, so I need to add more fun to them. Okay, pages for journals. So I grabbed pieces of paper out of my big white stacker where we keep journal supplies and said, okay, this one I sprayed the doilies on, so we've got some fun. I did one side and then the other side, so when they're in the journal, you won't see them on the same page, and then 2 pages are interesting. This one was already done from a prior, but I added the yellow speckles on top of this side, and they're fun because they shine. So when you mix different products, you're getting matte and shine. Oh, this one is a hot mess. Some kind of deli paper. Over here, we've got texture, white, pink, yellow mixed together, some orangey tones. This turned out just like I love those Dina sprays. It was shook up nice and thick by then, and it gave you some good shine. And there's a little bit of texture paste wiped down here. So when you see these on a page, imagine you have a stamp here, maybe a butterfly going by or some kind of texture. Maybe I tear the edge of the page. It just adds so much interest. This one is a cleanup paper. You might think that looks horrible. Something else good will happen to this. You never know. Maybe we'll add a textile right here that's blue, and then we'll have the splashes of yellow behind it. Just some stars on the corner while we got that out. This was already dyed, and then I added stars on the inside, essentially. So when you have this in a journal and you open it up, you would see them, or it'd be like this. Fun surprises in the flap. I love that. Sewing pattern, I used it to mop things up. Your cleanup items are sometimes the best items. Weird colored envelope, and then when I put the yellow on it and there was green, there were chunks on the mat by then, so it's messy, and then I flicked some yellow on it. Motion, right? It's interesting. Imagine some kind of fun cluster here and it's sewed into a journal this way, maybe. You never know. I have ideas, but that might not be what I do with it in the long run. I think this is pistachio, Tim's color, and then back here we have Dina's yellow on top of it. Oh, and this weird shape, if you lay these down on things, this wasn't the one. There's another one that's more green. Or maybe this was it before. Yeah, this was it. And then I played with it when I added the pink. So I got an interesting pattern here because this was on top of it. Then I sprayed half of it with the pink from Dina, and it is sturdy now. So this side is pistachio Tim's ink. It's not structured at all, and then this side is super thick. So depending on how you attach it on the page, you'd have 2 different textures and different colors. We already looked at all these. Okay, doilies. They were here on the counter, so I got some out, and this was before, I think, when my paint wasn't real mixed, but I got a nice shine on that one. I got a nice splash of pink in the middle there. On this one where I have splashes around the edge and not so much maybe here, I might put the cluster here. This one, maybe I tear it in half and do something because maybe I want I don't want this solid color here. However, you don't have to use them whole. Sometimes you just want, ooh, there's a bunch of yellow goodness right there. Sometimes you're just looking for color. This one in a blue journal, pop a color. This scrap was on the counter, so I took it and smashed it down into yellow as I was cleaning up. I think the camera was off, and I love how it turned out. The tiny red spots, I think those were already on the paper, but I never really noticed them till I hit it with the yellow. I mean, they're tiny. Now it's just a fun scrap. You could round the other corners. You can make an ephemera piece. You can make a cute little tiny pocket. This, I tried something. It was, I think regular tissue paper, like wrapping, white tissue paper, dyed with either tea or coffee and stamped on with archival ink. And then I put yellow paint on it and I put it down on the glass mat. Well, this sucker glued itself to the glass mat, so I didn't get very much of it, but still, this is a fun little bit. You could tear this edge and it would be a nice little bit on a cluster. I still liked it. I was sad too much of it stuck to the mat. Okay, these guys, so many possibilities here. This is piano roll paper. When the paint is mixed well, it gives amazing shine because the piano roll has a coating and it doesn't soak it up. So it's wonderful. It's also different texture, thinner, fun in a journal. A while ago, made a page or two. I think I did it like in 2 journals when I was working on it, where I folded this paper. I cut it here. Okay, maybe I folded it here. So it was a full height. Then we had a clean edge on the top. Then I sewed each side, made it sturdier, and used, a funny thread color. So it gave it even more pop. And then I sewed it into a journal. So it became a page in a signature like this. So this is all decorated here and here. Sewing it would make it thick. Then I might have some splashes. I'll at least have this and this that I'll cut off to straighten it out a little. And I can use those for ephemera making. And the same thing here. This one's even wilder. So if you imagine, the page would probably be about like that. You could also use them differently, but I did that in a journal, the fold in the middle, and I really liked it because this isn't quite as wide, and then you get the threads hanging off. This one got a little messy. I might put something over that because it depends on how it hits in the fold. If it's right in the middle, I don't care. Just all different things, and some of it I was spraying on, some of it I used stencils, mopping things up. Have a great time. And these were products that desperately need to be used. In fact, I left a bunch of them on the counter. These need to be used up. I need to do something with them. And Andrea probably doesn't want them back because she got tired of them. You have to clean the bottles well for these to keep working. And then sometimes they still don't keep working. So maybe I should figure out if one of these cheddar sprayers works better than the other, mix them really well, combine them. Maybe I should do some kind of pouring thing with them so I use more. Get into your mixed media and use them up. Be sure to check out the link to the playlist down below to see what my other friends made. And I can't wait to see what they did this month too. I have some items here that I might use for cards. I have some journal stuff. Go wild. Have lots of fun. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.